So there's gonna have to be some retconning done or some serious explanations if Battle of Gods and Fukatsu no F, in particular Battle of Gods, is going to make sense in the timeline of Dragon Ball Super. Because in this chapter, the stuff with Beerus and Whis kind of makes me question myself. Like, I really hope Toriyama didn't forget that he created Battle of Gods and he just like, fuck it, because yeah, we'll get to that in a second. And by the way, I'm wondering if the first episode of the anime is going to cover this and more, or just this. I'm curious exactly what they're going to be doing. But basically, the beginning of the chapter with Goku working because Chi-Chi won't shut the fuck up about getting him money. I mean, it just really baffles me, and I get some sort of, pride thing that people have or whatever, but they are friends with literally the richest people in the world, the Brie family, Bulma, and yet he's working some shitty farm job. They're some great friends, aren't they? And a lot of classic stuff you get from Dragon Ball. Mr. Satan showing up at the end of the day with a bribe, even though it's like he's pretending, yeah, man, I want to give you all this money, but in reality, it's just a little bit of hush money. Don't tell them that you really saved the world. Don't do that. And I mean, it was not really necessary. I guess it kind of added in, I guess, a reminder for some people as far as like Dragon Ball Z having those flashbacks of Goku fighting Cell and Frieza and Boo and all that stuff, but for fans of the series, we really didn't need that refresher. I mean, I guess it's for new people or just in general to show canonically where it goes, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was necessary. And also, seemingly the money problems of the Goku house are finally solved, which is interesting. I can't remember exactly if in the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, if they were still poor or not. I mean, I don't know if Goku went to that tournament to win money or if that tournament, like they were trying to win some money or whatever. But seemingly they're rich. So if this is going to fit inside the storyline, the timeline or whatever, this money that Mr. Satan gave him, Mr. Mark Satan, by the way, in case you didn't know, his first name is Mark, just saying. Eventually they're going to have to lose this money, which would really suck because it seems like some really good progression. Finally, this family has been poor all their lives is going to have some money, but yeah. Another big thing we found out is that gods apparently, or at the very least Beerus, can't be poisoned because they try to poison him in this chapter and he was like, you think that's going to work on me? So it could just be particularly Beerus, it could be a technique that he learned, or it could just be that gods in general are immune to poison. But here's where it starts to get me really fucking confused, and I've been trying to think exactly what the fuck's going on, but my brain hurts from it. And that's when Beerus talks to Whis and tells him he had this dream of a Super Saiyan God, and Whis is like, oh, Super Saiyan God, what? And they're like, we'll discuss this later. We had this sequence and the backgrounds and everything, and when it happened was different in Battle of Gods. So the few different things is, and this is one thing that I thought of, like, and I thought it was crazy. It could be that Dragon Ball Super itself is in a different universe parallel to the normal universe. Maybe what we're seeing right now is a different universe before Battle of Gods actually happened. Which, I mean, do you really want to see Goku versus Beerus again, even though we saw it in beautiful art and animation and the way it was done was nice in Battle of Gods? So it could be that, and it could be that we're going to have to go through this again, but in a different scenario where Beerus don't give a fuck and he really will destroy Earth this time. It could be that. It could be that at this particular point, the Beerus and Whis that we're seeing are from a different dimension and they crossed over. Or it could be that this is kind of a prequel that's retconning certain events where basically like this is right when Battle of Gods was about to happen. And yeah, the scenario where Beerus tells Whis about the dream is different because if I'm correct, he was still in his pajamas when he told him that. But it kind of fits in a way because if Goku just got that money and he could finally go train, maybe while he was telling Whis that, Goku was on the Kaiosama planet or whatever training. So it could be that this is sort of prequel which retcons certain events, but then again, we would basically be going through the same content we've seen in Battle of Gods already, which would kind of be redundant. Like, we've seen Battle of Gods, it was amazing, can we move on? So yeah, the ending of this chapter definitely has me a little bit confused. Are we in a parallel universe? Is these people from a parallel universe that are crossing over? What the fuck is going on? So a little bit of explaining to be done. Hopefully Toriyama just didn't say, oh, I have this idea, and then they say, hey, no, you already did that. Hey, I'm Toriyama, you better shut up, because then I'll be like, what the fuck? But nonetheless, until we get some explanations, I'm not going to completely persecute it. I'm not going to say it's garbage or anything of that nature. We just got to wait and see what the fuck's going on. So for the first start, it was alright. It was good, decent. Got to wait and see what's going to happen next. But as of right now, I just really want to know what the fuck is going on. Are we in a parallel universe? Are they in a parallel universe? Is this a prequel that's retconning certain events? What's up? Let me know what you guys think. How do you think about this first chapter? I mean, it was good. I mean, it was alright. It's Dragon Ball Z. Very simple, yet at the same time, it's trying to be complex, but it's just hurting my brain because it's kind of going into retcon territory. And your overall thoughts. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.